Okay, so now what I want to talk about is we're still on connective tissue, but we're on fluid connective tissues. So if you remember from lab, this includes blood and it includes lymph. Okay, and so what I'd like to do first is talk about the types of cells that you can find in these, as well as some of the fibers. So if we look here at our text, we'll find that there are generally three types of cells. So we have red blood cells. They're also called erythrocytes. These are going to carry oxygen throughout the bloodstream and deliver it to cells. It will also carry some carbon dioxide, although most of your carbon dioxide is carried in your blood in a different way. You're also going to have white blood cells, and these are the main defense cells. So anything that looks foreign or abnormal, so bacteria, viruses, cancer cells, these white blood cells are going to hunt them down and take them out before they hurt you, hopefully. And then platelets are the last one. These are cell fragments. And these cell fragments are important for helping form blood clots and to keep us from bleeding out when we get cut. And so these are the three major types of cells. Now if you look in your notes packets, blood is going to have red blood cells or erythrocytes. It's going to have leukocytes, those are white blood cells, and it's going to have platelets. Okay, but lymph, on the other hand, that is only going to have leukocytes found in it. Now, these are unique in that there are, in normal circumstances, there are no fibers present in the tissue. Okay, so where do, and then it says other important molecules in the matrix, okay, which means outside the cells. So for blood, you're going to have clotting proteins, you're going to have electrolytes, you're going to have nutrients, glucose, fats, different things like that. These are just some of the important molecules in the matrix. If you take anatomy and physiology too, you'll learn this in detail, but these are just some of a snippet. Okay. So where is blood found? Well, it's found in the vessels of the cardiovascular system. So that's going to be blood vessels. Okay. And so what is the function of this tissue? Well, it's going to deliver oxygen and nutrients to the cells, takes waste and carbon dioxide away from the cells, and then it's going to defend against infection and disease, and then it also helps with clotting. So, and notice these functions are based pretty much on the cells that are there. There are other things to help, but they're all interrelated. Okay, lymph, we're going to find lymph in what's called lymphatic vessels. Okay, and because it has white blood cells, lymph is going to help defend against infection and disease. But lymph has another really important function that's unique. It turns out that when your blood delivers these things to the tissues, it ends up shoving some of the watery mix from the blood off onto the tissues. And over time, that could end up building up quite a bit. And so what lymph does and what lymphatic vessels do is they pull excess fluid off of the tissues and return it to the blood. Okay, so the blood leaves a little bit too much fluid on those tissues. Lymph picks up that extra and sends it back to the blood. And so that's what it's doing. Okay, so there are going to be some other proteins and fluids that are important in lymph, but we won't learn about those in detail at this level. But that's what these two connective tissues are right here. And so I believe if you continue through your homework, there's an activity to help you learn the difference between these cells and where they're located.